welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's begin tonight with a prayer, if that's okay. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. God, tonight we ask that you bless this evening together. Thank you for these wonderful students who are showing up day after day, committed to improving their craft and growing as people and musicians. Thank you for all the families that are here, the parents and the grandparents, the siblings and the friends who are with us tonight. It's an honor, and we're grateful to be able to be here together. And thank you for the gift of live music and the arts that we get to create together. In your name, Father, Son. Our first piece on the concert tonight is kind of a special one. So one of our students came to me a few months ago and said, Mrs. Brooks, I've been learning this piece. It's a solo viola piece, and I'd really love the opportunity to be able to play with a group. I've never done that before. This student has been playing in one of the local youth orchestras for 9 years and just really accomplished violist. And at first I thought, okay, this could be a big undertaking. But we had some wonderful students who wanted to take it on. And this is part of a new program and a new way I'm anticipating our program will go here. In terms of just a focus on chamber music and small ensembles, we have some really high-level, fantastic individuals as part of our program, and I think this is kind of the next step to really get them to be collaborating in a new way and thinking in a different way. So the piece that Lily brought is a piece by Max Bruch, which I have a particular affinity for, because on my first date with my husband, he told me, I think in a little bit of a fib, that he was related to composer Max Bruch. Which is, I don't think, true. Maybe, I don't know. I also played the violin concerto in college, and just it's a particularly beautiful composer who writes wonderful orchestrations. And so I thought this would be a special way to honor some of our seniors tonight, and just kind of a new emphasis on chamber music. So we're going to welcome Lily to the stage, and then we will perform for you the Romance by Max Bruch.
band's first piece this evening is an arrangement of traditional Celtic folk melodies in 2 different styles. The Celtic tunes you'll hear are the Parting Glass and a Fairy's Love Song. This piece also features a little help from our string friends. Please enjoy Celtic Air and Dance.
This is our concert band with a little help from our friends, I like to say, with the string orchestra also coming up on stage. It's been such a pleasure working with these concert band students all year. If you can think back to our first concert in December, we've really built on top of that a little bit more difficult repertoire, asking each individual to take on a lot of responsibilities because they all play their own separate part. That's not doubling anybody else. So lots of challenges for them, and they're all freshmen and sophomores. So we are off to a good base, and we'll keep growing from there. All right, and Please welcome Ryan to introduce our next student for you.
Our next song will be Swan Lake. The ballads of Peter Tchaikovsky are among the most beloved works in the Western classical music. The ballad Swan Lake premiered in March of 1877. Swan Lake is based on a Russian folktale.
The White Duck bears many resemblances over the course of 2 acts, tells the story of a princess turned into a swan by an evil sorcerer. Even though Swan Lake was an initial failure, it is now one of the most popular ballets in all time. And it continues to be influential on both inside and outside the ballet world. Enjoy the mysterious Swan Lake.
Short and sweet, but that group is not done. You'll see them a couple other tunes later in tonight's program. So we're going to do a little scene change. We're going to welcome our advanced jazz ensemble to the stage. So sit tight. Thank you.
Hello everyone, how are we doing tonight? So we're the Advanced Jazz Ensemble. And today, our first song is going to be called Big Bertha. It's a pianist Duke Pearson's classic jazz album, Sweet Honey Bee. Features solos that are precise, fit the energy and momentum of the music. And the compositions are all organized in a way to be effective in a narrative, yet hold up as singular songs. Big Bertha is one of the swingiest tracks ever recorded for Blue Note. This chart features Jonah on the vibraphone, Aiden Casey on the guitar, Aiden Marnock on the piano, me on the guitar, and then Pablo on the bass. So, thank you. Hope you enjoy.
One, two.
hope you enjoyed our first song. Our second song is going to be Little Sunflower. Freddie Hubbard was a famous jazz trumpeter who has written and performed over dozens of jazz albums in his career. Little Sunflower is from his 1967 album called Backlash. Little Sunflower is a wonderful jazz standard that masterfully features a haunting melody with an alternating bossa and light funky groove. We will feature Ada Monarch on the piano, Tommy on the baritone, and Cody on the piano. Right, Cody right there. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
play our last tune, I just want to take a moment to thank all of you and acknowledge your presence here tonight. The wonderful thing about jazz, or just music in general, is that it's an art form that's meant to be shared, and you can't really own it. You can only own the moment that you create with it. So that means a lot for your presence here tonight, and not just tonight, but all the lessons, all the years, all of the noise, for lack of better terms, that they might have started with, up until this point that you hear tonight. It's truly unbelievable what these young musicians are capable of, and that's because of your love and support, not just tonight, but over the years. So parents, thank you so much for your support. Students, let's give a round of applause to our... And we're going to share one more tune, at least jazz band will, and then more after that. Quinlan.
Hello everyone, I hope you enjoyed our last few tunes. Our last piece for jazz band is Jesus Chucho Valdez Latin chart called Triton. This version is adapted from famous Latin jazz artist Tito Puente's recording. We will feature Zane on the drums, Aiden Casey on the guitar, me on the piano, and Addie on the guitar. Hope you guys enjoy.
Thanks, everybody. That's our advanced jazz band. We're going to do a little scene change. If you guys enjoyed that party, there's more to come tonight. And just to let you know, we do book birthday parties, graduation parties, bar mitzvahs, confirmation parties. Just kidding, but this group is such a joy to play with, and holy cow. Let's give it up for them one more time. So bear with us a moment while we get the full orchestra on stage. Thanks, everybody.
All right, I think we're almost there. So there's a few people that are here tonight that I'd like to thank for all their help with the setup and all the lights and the things that happened beforehand to prepare for this. So those two people that are here tonight are Robert Scott and Richard Merkling. They're helping with our lights and sound. Can we give them a huge hand? I know Brian Tinney, our activities director, is also here this evening, and I believe Jimmy Trico and other members of our admin team do a lot to support us, and just we're really grateful to be able to have such a wonderful space and such a wonderful program here. So let's give them a hand. Thank you for your help. All right. Our full orchestra tonight consists of the string orchestra and the concert band combined. And we're going to start tonight with two movements from the Carmen Suite. The Carmen Suite eventually became Bizet's opera, and then a ballet was created from the music with this. So the first movement is a dance that's felt in a triple meter, you'll hear that. And then it's intended to remind us of Spain, right? So the setting of the opera is in Spain. The second movement, I assume most of you will recognize. It's one of Bizet's most famous works, and in the opera, it's the entrance of the character Carmen as she comes in singing an aria, and it's a song about love and romance between the two main characters, Carmen and Don Jose. So please enjoy Carmen Suite at Aragonés and Habanera. So our next piece is written by a composer named Yukiko Nishimura, and she's a composer and pianist who was born in Japan in the 1960s. Since 1996, she's given concerts consisting entirely of her own music throughout Japan. She's received numerous commissions, has composed for piano, solo marimba, and other instruments, chamber music, and music for string instruments and orchestra. I first heard this piece in January. Another school performed it at the Colorado Music Educators Association Festival. Was just very impressed with the writing and the voicing of the different instruments throughout the orchestra of this piece. I think the students have enjoyed working on it. Particularly the violas have a cool part in this piece. So listen for that. The composer does write about the piece. It was written in 2019. She said, "It is said that wishes made under the new moon will come true." tune with the string orchestra specifically, before we come out and do another combined piece, is a piece called Firestorm. And this piece is really interesting if you look at it, because every other measure is in a different time signature. So the composer alternates 4, and then 3, and then 4, and then 3, and then 4, and 3. So it's a lot to look at, but when put together, I think it sounds really cool, and I think the kids have enjoyed working on it. So this is by composer Liam Ramsey White. He was born in 1996. I don't know about you, but to me I felt old when I saw that. So he began studying composition when he was 12, and he currently teaches orchestra in the state of Texas. And he writes, "This fiery piece for string orchestra depicts the ferocity of an out-of-control blaze." All right, this is Firestorm.
Before we perform our last piece for you this evening, we do want to take a few moments to acknowledge some very, very special people, our seniors. So, I'm going to start with my seniors, if they're still here and didn't go to 7-Eleven yet, and come up on stage. There we go. And orchestra seniors, you guys will be soon after. So, the first senior I would like to acknowledge is a pianist, Mr. Aidan Monarch. The first time I met him, I think maybe it was last year, but he was really only a jazz band this year. And you heard him earlier, fantastic pianist. You probably also heard him play a little bit in The Lightning Thief. And my favorite question, I'll never forget, I asked him, hey, how long have you been playing piano for? When did you start taking lessons? How long? It's like, I just started learning piano last year. Wait, what? What? And Yeah, so very brilliant mind, and he's going to, I believe, Purdue next year to be a smart engineer person, right? Oh, he says a not smart engineer person. Well, either way, Aiden, thank you so much over the last year. It's been fantastic getting to know you. The next senior I have up is our fantastic drummer. Also only had the pleasure of working with him for 1 year. I wish I had him for longer. Mr. Zane Wilson on the drums. And the hardest position in jazz band is always the drummer. There's very, very small margin of error, and everything that I tried to throw at him this whole year, nothing fazed him, right? And any challenge that came up to him, we worked through it together, and I'm just so glad that we got to work together this year. And Zane, gonna miss you, man. What are you doing next year?
UC San Diego.
UC San Diego, what are you doing there?
Economics and math.
Economics and math. So, Zane, congratulations. All right. Up next, we have our brother bass. Once in a while, I like to refer to him as, because he is just a bass phenom, Mr. Pavio Montoya. So with Pavio, I got to work with him for 2 years. And he was a part of our jazz band and our musical and our music program before I even came here to Regis Jesuit. And he is just one of the coolest, calmest, collectivist person you will ever meet. And that's exactly what you want in a bass player. And you can, the great thing about the way that he plays is that you can literally feel the music simply because of what he puts into it. And that's going to be an experience I'm going to miss. So Pavio, best of luck to you. What are you doing next year? Not yet?
We shall see.
We shall see. All right. Part of the dynamic duo is JP, also senior, obviously. Over the last couple years, got to work with him. He's been a part of our pit orchestra, jazz band. Believe it or not, he also plays piano and drums, and is the best DJ that I've seen, in person that I know, and I've seen a lot of them. This guy, you definitely want to book for your graduation parties. But JP, brilliant musical mind. He's going to the Berklee College of Music, which is one of the nation's most prestigious music schools to study.
Music production and engineering.
Yeah. So JP, we're going to miss your musical talents, but thank you so much for sharing them with us over the last 2 years.
All right, for the orchestra students that are graduating, we first have Sean Carlson. Sean, come up here. I have to brag about you. I was just going to talk about his reliability when he drums as well. All right, so Sean is just one of the most intelligent, self-aware students in our program. He's a wonderful leader. He's served in the role of the principal viola position in our class for several years. He also was part of the Continental League Honor Music Festival for several years. He's a ferocious athlete as a member of the football team for several years, and then also the track team. And next year, he's planning to go to the University of Hawaii, and he's going to go to the Navy ROTC program. He's worked really hard to get to that. So, Sean, amazing job. Thanks for playing all the masses. He's the most dedicated kid coming to get his music for mass. And so just kind of always around and always willing to help and just always smiling and being kind to others. So thank you, Sean. Great. So Nicholas was part of the program when I was here his sophomore year, and then now again his senior year. Wonderful leader in our cello section, really great player, really reliable, and he's just a really committed kid and really awesome. Gets along with everyone. So next year Nicholas is planning to continue studying, focusing on engineering. He's still kind of deciding where he's going, and we're really grateful that he came back and decided to play with us again this year. Thank you, Nick. Grant, come on. All right, Grant is one of our most talented cellists this year in terms of he was one of our leaders in Continental League, and he's played principal for this year. One of just our most brilliant people in our class. He was part of the National Merit Program, and he was accepted into the Olin College of Engineering in Massachusetts and is planning to go that route. And he's been part of the robotics team, and so it's just really cool to kind of hear what he's thinking about at any given time and what ideas he's pondering. So great job, Grant. Thank you for all your work. And our final string orchestra senior is Jay Tkachin. Jay, come on. I first met Jay in the fall of last school year. Jay moved here from Texas and came from a really thriving big orchestra program there. And I was really excited for Jay to join us. And so Jay served in the role of concertmaster, principal second violin, and is just generally willing to help wherever it's needed. Jay's been the president of the orchestra this year, and that's been really wonderful to have leadership from the students. In addition to all those things, Jay is really authentic, honest, mature, and kind to others in the group. I think everyone in the group really respects and loves working with Jay, so thank you for all your work. Jay's also taken up climbing this year, and so that's been fun to learn about climbing through Jay. And so I'm grateful for all of your contributions, and next year Jay's planning to go to DU, University of Denver, and focus on international studies and Japanese. Thank you, Jay.
Let's give it up one more time for our seniors. Seniors, thank you so much. All right, our last piece is Mission Impossible, not the most current one with Tom Cruise, but the one from 1966, which is a long time ago. It's called Mission Impossible. I also like to call it Mission Avoid Senioritis for a lot of our students. But in this group, all of our seniors are great. They always finish strong. So seniors, this one's for you. And I hope you all enjoyed this evening's concert. Thank you for joining us. time is 8:15. We promise to have all of the students out in the next 15 minutes, if we can all tear down the stage very quickly. Thank you, everybody. Drive home safe. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful spring. Thank you for being with us tonight.